We're going to start all over.
That sounds good.
Take twos.
Sounds good.
Second chance.
I told you I was rambling anyway.
Second chances are always the best.
Exactly.
Third chances, fourth chances.
Well, you have your 130, so we probably shouldn't
Yeah.
do fourth chances.
We got to make this one good. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for the shows. We
We're
don't. Are we live?
Yep.
Well, this is take two. I said second chances are always the best. You got to love technology, right? So, hey, everybody. I am Kim Martin, founder of I've Decided. And we are here today recording one of our new shows, The Source. And I'm so excited about these shows because we're going to air every Tuesday. You've seen 3 so far, the last 3 Tuesdays. This is our first episode of The Source. And, you know, it takes so many pieces. There's so many pieces to success. And you have to have all of what you need kind of in the same place. And these shows, that's what it's about. Providing you your motivation and inspiration and education and information, support, accountability, and of course, tools and resources. You got to have the tools and resources. So this is The Source, and I'm super excited to have my very first guest on our very first episode is Nyssa Catton.
Thank
you guys probably recognize this lovely face.
Aww.
She's out and about doing all kinds of amazing things.
Pretty busy. Keep him
for
busy.
Lincoln College
Yes.
ABE.
Abe.
Ha ha. But that ABE does sound like it stands for something, right?
Yeah. So our ABE program, ABE stands for the Accelerated Bridge to Education Program. So what it is it's hybrid accelerated bachelor's degrees for non-traditional students, adults.
Right.
So the classes are 1 night a week. The rest is online, and every 5 weeks our students move on to a new course.
And it is for adults.
Yes.
Young adults. So it's not
so
for someone just coming out of high school. They have to be a certain age, right?
Well, so we do have an 8-week program in Bloomington that if they meet certain requirements, they could be fresh out of high school.
Oh,
but
cool.
the
Okay.
expectation for the 5-week program, they have 3 admissions requirements. So they have to be at least 23 years of age or older. They have to have at least 3 years of full-time work experience, and they have to have a transfer GPA of at least a 2.0 in order to be accepted into the 5-week program.
And so that 5 weeks, it's accelerated. You get in and you get moving. But the beauty of it is it's only 1 night in class.
Yeah.
And then the rest is online.
Yes, and even more beautiful is that it's only 1 class at a time, and you can finish 3 classes per semester in the 5-week program.
So you just stay focused.
Yes,
so
those 1 class at a time. But we always tell students that it's kind of intense. We're taking a 16-week course and we're putting it into 5 weeks. But we don't want them to have that scare them off because, of course, the luxury is you focus on 1 class at a time as opposed to taking 3 throughout the entire 16 weeks, a basic semester.
It can be probably a little more intense and not seem so intense if you're just focused on 1 class.
Yes.
Versus if you're doing several different classes, all intense, that would be.
Yeah.
That would
No,
make it a little
you're not
different.
taking 3 classes in 5 weeks. That would be crazy.
One thing for sure is when you guys fill out your decision cards, we got lots and lots of decision cards, and you fill them out at the conferences and online, and when we come and speak with you, and I see it. They want to finish school. So many people want to go back and finish their degree. It's definitely start, yes, or just go to school. It's definitely a goal and a dream that a lot of people have. So it makes sense for us to highlight you guys today on our first episode of The Source for you guys so that you can get busy on finishing your education. Our weekly winning word, Nyssa, as you know, this week is initiative. Every week we send our members a weekly winning resource, and we have a weekly winning word and a weekly winning quote, and this week it's initiative. And so, that's what it's about, taking that initiative to do what you need to do in order to be successful. And a lot of times, one of the main things that you need to do is finish school. Because for so many people, those promotions at work,
it's all hinging on that bachelor's degree required. And so then, Yeah. So what we see a lot with our students is that many of them have hit the ground running into the workforce, or took on that the associate's degree or started gen eds at the junior college, community college level, started a family, got into the workforce, thought that they'd just continue on, and so they have all this experience,
Right.
but they're under-credentialed, and so then the employer will look at them and say, well, you don't have that bachelor's degree required, and so then they get passed up from that opportunity. Yeah. So what we're hoping to do here in the Peoria area, because we are in Peoria, our
Right here.
our main campus is in Bloomington Normal, but then we also have satellite campuses, one in Oglesby at IVCC, one here in Peoria at ICC, right off of University, the Peoria campus. And then we just launched a rotation of our business degree program that's the ABE program at our Lincoln campus, at our traditional campus, but it's the ABE program. So it's still the one night a week. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and it's not, even that's not that far from here.
No,
honestly.
It's not. But I mean, take advantage of the Peoria location. Yeah. Definitely.
Especially to finish up that school. So ideally, to a person who has an associate's degree, this is like really perfect to kind of come right into what you guys are doing. Now you're out at ICC. Are you hoping that a lot of the kids that are graduating from there with their associates might?
Well, most of them aren't kids at that point.
Well,
and in
young
fact,
adults, I should say.
Yeah, in fact, they can't be kids to be a part of the 5-week program. So it's like I said, it's the 23 or older, or if they
23. Okay.
Yes, or if they've finished their associate's degree with ICC and they have the working experience and they have the grade point average 2.0 and at least 3 years full-time work experience, or they've been doing work and school at the same time. I'm not going to turn them away when they finish their associates, maintain the grade point average, worked, and proven the maturity level. That what we're hoping is that we're making it accessible and convenient and flexible for students that are completing with ICC. We do have a partnership with them.
Sure, you're collaborating, you're out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that opportunity. And I know a lot of companies actually help encourage their
tuition
employees
reimbursement
to come to school. We did an interview on the radio show with your very first student.
Yes, yeah, my first Peoria student. She finished up her bachelor's actually just this past April.
Yeah, and she was so excited, and her job paid for her and encouraged her to do it. It was awesome. Yeah. So you might work, where do you work? Because check in to see if your company will help you finish that degree and give you some resources as far as some reimbursements or credits or, something.
Yeah,
a lot of companies do that.
They
do.
Yeah, or at least they'll pay like a portion. Like I know that CAT, for example, it depends on the grade that you get. Same with Peoria County, depends on the grade. But if you're working towards it, most employers want to reward you. I mean, you're benefiting their company. You're building a more educated workforce. So, and
this is so doable. Even when you work, and don't you think that's probably the biggest thing? Because somebody's like, when do I have time? Yeah, that's the biggest hang up, right? Of finishing your degree is it's time.
So I actually for my own self-benefit at first, but also kind of for my students' benefit, I've taken a couple of our classes myself.
Yes.
Because I wanted to prove that you can be that crazy busy person, and I say that because I am our only employee in Peoria.
Right.
So I do our admissions recruiting, our academic advising. I write our course rotation based on the students that are in the program and the overlaps in the curriculum over each degree program. Maintain all of our organizational and business partnerships.
Marketing.
Administer placement tests at our Peoria location. Of course, we do have a learning resource center. But then I also facilitate with the setup of the classrooms and that kind of thing as well.
Plus, you're a mom and a wife.
Plus, I'm a volunteer with the Chamber of Commerce as an ambassador. Right. And I'm a mom and a wife, and my husband works crazy hours in heating and air conditioning, and I was able to take our classes.
So that
And maintain a 4.0.
That speaks volumes. No
So,
excuses,
exactly.
people.
I always jokingly say, if you understand your priorities a little bit better, and as adults, we kind of struggle to see what's the most important thing in our life at that moment. And so I did have to prioritize better, binge watch a little less Netflix.
Right. You have to watch a little less TV to get your studies done.
Yeah, definitely. And move
But
some
it's
things
worth
around.
it. This is an investment in yourself. And,
Yes.
there's no better investment than investing in yourself, whatever that might be, whatever it needs to be. So what kind of classes can someone register for?
So we have a couple of different degree program options that we offer here in Peoria. So we offer Health Services Administration, Criminal Justice, Liberal Arts, Supply Chain and Logistics, Organizational Leadership.
Okay.
That's kind of offered in a couple of different options, Business Management and Entrepreneurship.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, so we were pretty proud that we offer something that not a lot of four-year institutions do. We have capstone degree programs.
Okay.
So what that means is if a student has completed an Associates of Applied Science, so like a technical vocational associate's degree, some of those are like paralegal studies at ICC. There's also radiology, or I think it's radiography. There's a couple of different ones though.
Sure.
And they're focused more on the technical, vocational side, but then they have sprinkled in, of course, the academic rigor. Not to say that those weren't rigorous, but the gen ed kind of courses, they're fed into that as well. But they don't take the wide range, like 37 to 39 credits worth of gen eds that an Associates of Arts or an Associates of Science does.
Right.
So generally when a student transfers that Associates of Applied Science, a four-year institution looks up and says, well, you still have to do these gen eds because we need it. It's a non-transfer degree. We have capstone programs, so the Bachelor's of Applied Science in Organizational Leadership and a Bachelor's of Applied Management in Entrepreneurship that accepts that entire Associates of Applied Science.
Wow. So that's awesome.
Exactly. And most of the time what ends up happening is that you can only take 6 credits of those vocational technical courses, which ends up being the majority of their associate's degree. So then, they've worked towards like 67, 70 credits for that degree, and you can only take 6.
Gotcha.
And so then, 6 of the technical stuff. So like another one, fire science technology. I've been talking to a lot of firefighters lately. Yeah. And that's been a big one, is that they completed the Associates of Applied Science in Fire Science Technology. They worked their tails off for that. And then they come out and they're trying to get that bachelor's degree because they need to, if they want to move up, captain's test, they need that bachelor's degree. And so then this is 2 opportunities, just 2 of the degrees that we offer. Of course, we offer degrees for everyone, not just Associates of Applied Science. But
sure, that's just an example.
Yeah,
of what you're
it's
saying.
a great opportunity.
Now, so let's
institutions.
say, here's an example.
Yeah.
Let's say you've got a kid who graduated high school, they go off to ISU, and they do their freshman, junior, or sophomore, junior year,
Yes.
and then they just kind of filter. They get a job, and then they're working, and then they just never re-register, and they're kind of floundering there without really any degree, but a lot of college credits.
Yeah.
So what does that student look like when they come to talk to you?
Yeah. So, transfer credits. So if they can get me, for me to look it over and kind of do a degree audit. So I run what I see as being transferred into our institution.
Okay.
If they want an official degree audit, then they have to submit official transcripts, and our registrar will look them over. But essentially, credit's credit, you earned it. So if you're transferring it in and it's equivalent to one of our other courses, so like ICC has Psych 110, it's Introduction to Psychology. It comes in as our Psych 101, which is also like Intro to Psych.
Right.
So there's a lot of interchanging as far as credit goes for transfer. And if it matches some of our curriculum, then we try to pair it as equivalent, and then you fulfill that requirement. But otherwise, it can go towards elective your general education requirements. So I always encourage students when they're looking to potentially transfer to our institution, get me a transcript and I can run a degree audit for you. And we can see
It's
how
worthy
much you have
of
remaining.
seeing.
It
Yeah.
is, absolutely. And it's no obligation if you decide not
Sure.
to do it. Then, I mean, we've had the conversation. You're that much more educated about what your opportunities are available to you.
Financially,
Absolutely.
time-wise.
Yes.
Because, I mean, a lot of times when you run into that, that person is now taking care of themselves. They're now have their own apartment or their own car. And so going to school full-time and not working full-time really just that option is kind of filtered away.
Yeah.
So again, that's just another example, I think, of those people out there that could benefit from what you guys are doing. And I also want to remind, if anybody's watching who actually works for a company where you have a program that reimburses you, reach out to Nyssa, right? Because you could speak to their employees and encourage them, maybe do some kind of a information kind of meeting to help them understand what is available and what kind of reimbursements they have. And I think a lot of companies may not realize that you guys are here yet.
They don't. That's a hard thing because I am the only employee in Peoria. I try to get around to as much networking opportunities as possible. I'll go into businesses and sit down with HR representatives and talk to whoever and try to spread the word as much as possible, but sometimes it's hard when it's just myself. So it's great to be a part of, I've decided, in the Chamber of Commerce, being a part of those networking opportunities to spread the word. But that our biggest recruitment tactic is actually word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because our students, when they enjoy something so much, they're going to share it.
Yeah.
And that seems to be
like Kristen did. Yeah,
Absolutely.
she was so excited and so willing to share about her experience. She loved the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was
we,
awesome.
We reward our students for spreading the word, too. We actually have a Refer a Friend grant.
Okay.
So what happens is that if we have a student that's in the program and then they have a friend that says, on their application, they name their friend who's in the program their name, they put their name on the application, then once that student who applied starts their first class, then that student that they were referred by gets a credit for free.
Oh, wow.
So
that's like a little refer.
Yeah, it's really nice when you're having to pay for it out of pocket.
That's a nice little bonus for sure,
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So do the classes start at certain times or?
So do you mean like date
time
of the day?
Is there some classes about to start or is there a certain time frame or can you just come sign up and you start? Like how does that work?
So they have to apply and be accepted first. But there's no hidden fees. The application's free. The only hidden fee is when they get accepted. It's not even hidden. Is that when they get accepted, there is a $50 confirmation deposit, but it comes out of their first class's tuition as like a placeholder so they can get registered for classes.
Sure.
And so the next 5-week subterm, because actually we are starting a new 5-week subterm yesterday.
It started.
It does. They just keep rolling on out.
So is it too late for somebody to get in on that
coming in on this one? Yeah, it's too late. And
that's okay. You can make it. Mark your calendar.
So the next one after that is going to start the week of October 29th.
Okay. Well, that gives you enough time now to. They need to get in touch with you and start some process going.
Yes.
Which, before we run out of time, I don't want to forget, before we run out of time, how can they get in touch with you if they have some questions or want to meet with you?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm located at ICC's Peoria campus, right off of University in Arbor Hall behind Enrollment Services. And they can email me at ncatton, so NCATTON at lincolncollege.edu. Otherwise, they can call my office, which is 309-690-6895. Or you just walk in.
Yeah, just walk in. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Or we'll post it on the comment section too, on the, if you're watching on social media. And of course, you can always go to I'veDecided.org. You guys are listed as a resource.
Yeah.
So grateful to have such an awesome resource to be a part of our community to help people achieve their goals and dreams. I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
We're here
that's what we want you guys to do to achieve your goals and dreams. Well, this was like the fastest 20 minutes of my life.
It went by.
I'm watching the timer like, oh my gosh, we got like 38 seconds left. It went by after we got through those technology difficulties. It started going by really fast, and so we're down to the wire here. So, Nyssa, thank you so much for being on our very first episode, The Source. And thank you guys for watching. And we really want to encourage you to join our community. You get so many perks when you join our community. All the tools, all the resources, every piece of the puzzle you need for success and your goals and dreams, whatever they are, whether it's finishing school, getting out of debt, getting healthy, whatever. We're here for you. So thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, Nyssa. Appreciate all of you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
PeoriaLife.com.
Didn't talk.